Today we're going to be taking a look at Hat's channel, at Tophiachu live streams. I haven't really seen a lot of what Tophia has been up to since May 2nd, so we're going to take a look at their two latest uploads and just see what Tophia's been up to. Girl. Girl, I can see the crust in your nose. Alright. Okay,
I have to remember.
Where do you think she got that makeup from? Oh god. Not this frame, please. It looks like she's doing pretty well for herself. She's got that hair curled. Maybe she's got a heat iron. She's got her eyelashes on. She's got some new makeup. She's got a new shirt, I noticed. It looks like she put that money from her family to pretty good use. Either way, I'm actually not sure if she ever misused the GoFundMe money. I feel like I believed her when she said that she wasn't in possession of those funds and her friend was responsible. I mean, her brother's friend was responsible for those funds. But at the same time, I have a hard time believing anything she says. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'd be really interested to know.
I have to remember to take care of myself sometimes. God forbid I'm just a happy person some days. Y'all want me to be depressed all the time.
I think Tophiachu is looking for a new man. I'm not trying to imply anything weird, but it does make sense that she's looking for someone to take care of her after Donald passed away.
Worry about yourself, dude. You need to worry about yourself and your grainy ASS video quality type videos you're making and make better quality videos.
Who's
Get
she
a
talking
camera
to?
that shoots better.
Is
I'm
it
tired
Chance?
of people talking about
Is it Chance?
me. Can't they just leave me alone?
I'm
Constantly
sorry,
being
girl.
stalked and harassed, using money my family gave me to buy things that I needed, and then being told that I'm scamming people, being kicked out of places, and being told that this whole situation is my fault because if we had a place to live, this would never happen, but then causing me to not have a place to live, being threatened. Someone literally sent me a DM years ago saying that they manifested I get raped by my father.
Whoa, okay. Okay, first of all, she can blame the internet all she wants, but at the end of the day, she wasn't paying rent. I don't understand how she always glosses over that part.
That's a good one. Saying they were gonna curse, I stopped my mom. Literally talking about digging up my dead sister and feeding her to a dead dog, but yeah, I'm not supposed to talk about people's dead relatives. But they started with my dead relatives first, talking about how they pissed on my grandma and my sister's grave. Oh, I remember who said that, but I'm not gonna talk bad about that person. And people have said that. Not more than one person said that, but a lot of people have talked about my dead relatives first, saying how is Ruth Al Taylor talking about my dad's mom, asking how she is knowing that she's dead. Okay, that's a good one. By your logic, by your logic, if you talk about dead relatives, then this is supposed to happen to you. I don't get it. This situation didn't happen. It happened because people kept harassing me and maybe they paid a hitman to do something. I don't know.
Whoa. Do you guys think that Tophia actually thinks that a hitman got called on Donald? I think she's still blaming the troll community. I think she's still blaming the haters. And somehow in her mind that equates to trolls calling a hit on her family. And I do feel... I know that people don't feel sorry for Tophia anymore, but I feel like part of the reason why she's blaming the trolls has to do with the denial part of grieving, maybe.
It's still under active investigation. We don't have any answers. We're not getting any answers.
Wait, okay, I might be stupid, but didn't they find the guy who did it? Didn't they, like, find the guy who did it and he was dead, and, like, there was a whole report about the security guard and everything? What's not answered here? Like, I'm pretty sure the case is closed. I'm sorry if that's not true, but yeah, wasn't he caught?
My sole concern is having a place before I get put out with no place. In an unsafe environment where there's high crime and it's very dangerous out there.
Not that it's any of my business, but I'm wondering where Tophia is staying nowadays. She's probably not sleeping at the hospital because I just don't think that would be allowed. And she's talking like she's not already at a shelter. Maybe she is at a shelter and she's talking about finding a permanent place of residence, because those TikToks that she filmed earlier, or Instagram videos, whatever, were done indoors, and she's obviously found a place to put all of her new stuff that she bought with money from her family, if you want to believe that.
And we're gonna have to be sleeping outside in the elements because we don't have a place. I'm not going to be worrying about people making videos blaming me because their life is hard when it's not that, and when it's not harder than mine. Let's stop doing the Olympics, okay? Crowns and Bones is giving weird behavior by sitting here and saying that she couldn't afford to bury her dad, so she's gonna blame me. No, you didn't want to bury your dad, because if you...
She said earlier, like 5 seconds earlier, that I'm not gonna worry about it. She's always on Instagram talking about these random usernames, beefing with everyone. Every single time I see one of these videos, it's like a new person. She's beefing with everyone.
Wanted to bury your dad, you would have hustled to do everything you can to bury your dad. See, where I'm at, I gotta hustle to get a place.
Why not hustle to get your brother a funeral? What?
I would be hustling to work.
What happened to that GoFundMe money? I never got an update on... I know that the GoFundMe has been taken down, but yeah, didn't the state cremated Donald because they were taking too long to claim him? And as far as I know, there was never any funeral service.
Worry about getting my brother buried, but if we leave this facility, which we don't have time because we're on...
Maybe it's just on its way.
A time limit, we will leave without a safe living situation. Right. That's why facility, I can't focus on hustling, because I don't have the money to bury my brother. That's why I'm so thankful for the GoFundMe, which is still being processed. It's not going through because people stopped the GoFundMe and stopped my brother from being buried, on top of me having a lot of stressful things that I have to worry about. That's crazy. I post a video, like literally lip singing to a song, wearing makeup. Oh, you bought that makeup with GoFundMe money, which I already had makeup. Duh. That's the makeup.
Wait. Okay, wait, I'll let her talk, sorry.
That I had in storage. I didn't buy makeup.
Oh.
And then
I was wondering because she said that her car was in evidence, so all of her stuff that she had inside her car, she didn't have access to. Maybe they had other stuff stored somewhere else, I don't know.
On top of that, being told that I moved on too fast. But then when I posted the video of me being upset about seeing my brother die right in front of me, saying the devil couldn't reach me, but he had me watch my brother die in front of me, all of a sudden I'm milking it for money. So what, do you want me to talk about it, or do you not want me to talk about it? How am I supposed...
I think it's been 2 months? I think what people are criticizing Tophiachu about is that when she went through this horrible life-altering tragedy, her attitude didn't change. I'm not saying that I think it would be a good idea for her to come online every day and mourn about her brother. And if I had it my way, she would have, you know, had a real break from the internet, but that's neither here nor there. But the fact that Tophia went back to posting and went back to beefing with people online and beefing with commentary channels online right away, I can't articulate my thoughts. Okay, let's do this. We wanted this event to be a turning point for her. We wanted it to open her eyes to maybe, you know, make her a better person, someone who doesn't choose to lash out at randoms on the internet for being told to get a job, someone who makes better decisions for her future. but we haven't seen any of that. It is worth criticizing that she chooses to spend her time this way after such a life-altering event. She's not looking for work. It doesn't seem like she's making any plans for her future. She's spending all of her time, you know, making thirst traps and spending money on things like eyeshadow and eyelashes. It's just that people wanted her to do better for herself. Anyway, yeah, that's just my thoughts.
Supposed to grieve and people are pulling me like a rag doll in all different directions, telling me I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm gonna do what I want. If I want to talk about my situation, I can. If you don't want to hear it, block me. You don't have to see it. I don't know why you guys come on my page leaving comments complaining when it's just as easy as blocking me, and you don't have to see that stuff. That'll really help. Look, it's crazy. Like, very crazy. How does a Reddit sit there and be like, oh, we wasn't harassing her, we wasn't stalking her like Aunt Karen was saying, we was just providing the facts? Is that why you're still actively posting photos and videos that people take of me at the bus stop? Mind you, saying that I went into a house and it's dangerous. First of all, I'm not at a house. I don't know what house you think I walked into and it's a dangerous house. Like, can we stop spreading misinformation? And especially someone tried to spread misinformation that I stole my dad's card. No, my dad asked us to manage his card. What does stealing my dad's card have to do with that girl's video?
I understand her being discreet about where she's staying at the moment. After that thing happened in the car, I can understand that.
Blaming me for why she couldn't bury her dad. Maybe hold her accountable and stop moving the goalpost, please. It's weird. You will never catch me compare myself to someone who has a terminal illness or someone who is going through something where they have to live in a hospital. So for you to compare your situation of your father passing away, probably from natural causes, I don't know, to my brother being murdered right in front of my eyes and watching my mom have to drive away in my house because my car, well, not my car, my brother's car was our house, and all my belongings and all my stuff, while this guy is driving away with my mom, don't even know why he was supposed to have a gun. Still an active investigation. Still haven't got my clothes out of the car, being possibly told that my stuff is probably thrown in the trash. All of my valuable belonging stuff that I worked hard to get for and bought with my own money, barely not having clothes, and you have the audacity, the mitigated gall to compare your situation to mine. That's weird. But anyways, nice. I just want to come on here and say thank you for all the support, the people who have been supporting me, who reached out and asked me if I'm okay. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to give my time and energy to negative people whose life isn't going to go anywhere.
That's all you do all day on Instagram, Tophia.
Because you're not going to go nowhere. You're just going to be stuck harassing someone. You're going to move on to the next person, and you ain't going to have no life. And then when someone moves on with their life and gets a house, it's going to make you mad because you're not going to...
Are you going to get a house, Tophia? Are you?
Like the fact that they're able to do... Like, how did she do that? We couldn't stop her.
No. She really thinks she's going to get a place. I mean, good luck with that. I'd actually be interested into seeing how that works. Maybe benefits, some kind of government assistance, and I'm curious.
So you guys actively try to...
Because we know that she's not going to get a job and start saving to put a deposit into an apartment. She's not going to do that.
Stop me to get a place and it's not going to work. I'm just saying.
Tophia, the only thing stopping you from getting a place is yourself.
So, yeah, maybe you need to put that energy into something else. Yeah.
Tophia, put this energy, you're on Instagram all day, ranting and raving to random usernames. It's a different username every time, it's crazy. Just beefing with people online, and I mean, this has got to be a lot of her life, right? Like, I don't know what her day looks like, but she mentioned the Reddit. She's obviously on the Reddit. She's probably scrolling through TikTok all day. She's got a lot of people criticizing her, and I don't even think that those videos were meant for her to see. I know that she called out Smokey MCC at one point, and Smokey never really reached out to Tophia. So I feel like she's going out of her way to find content covering her. But that energy could be directed other places and be used to secure a better future for herself and her mother.
I think so. But anyways, have a good day, guys, or night, wherever you guys are, if it's nighttime where you are, and yeah, see you later. So I want to address this Crowns and Bones chick. First of all, you made a whole
Crowns and Bones, what'd you do? What'd you do to anger Tophia?
HH video, because I can't say the ASS word on TikTok.
What?
Blaming me and saying that you couldn't afford to bury your dad, and you're mad because I could afford to bury my brother, which I can't afford. It's called hustle.
I understand now. She's angry with she's frustrated with Tophia for misusing the GoFundMe money for Donald. Where the internet came to support her, and she had the funds, but Donald ended up being cremated, and I mean, we don't know if he's going to end up getting a proper burial. I hope he does, but knowing Tophiachu, she'll probably try to find the cheapest way to get it done, or just not do it at all.
Do you know that you
Because she wants that money. She'll figure out a way to get it.
could get 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 jobs and work multiple jobs to be able to afford something? Like, people tell me, get a job. Oh, but everyone's praising you for working and not being able to bury your dad instead of telling you to get another job like they would tell me. If I had a job and I asked people for money, they would tell me to get another job.
But you don't have a job, Tophia. You got $7,000 raised, even though you refused to get a job because of your circumstances. What are you talking about? People respect people who work hard. I mean, we're gonna feel sympathy for someone who can't bury their family member even after working multiple jobs. Like, that's also, people don't like you because you're mean and you're lazy and you blame other people for your problems. This person might actually be a good person and have integrity.
So why are you guys excusing this girl for literally blaming me for the reason why she didn't do everything she could to bury her dad? No, that's weird. Like, Crowns and Bones, you're giving weird behavior. You're comparing your situation to mine. I was living out of a car. I can't afford to bury my brother. I have to hurry up and get us into a living space before we get released, and we don't have a safe space. Then where are we gonna go? That's not my priority. Is not to be sitting here and going back and forth with you in comment sections. You need to go get another job and stop blaming people. Maybe get 1, 2, or 3 jobs. Oh wait, you even know that 1, 2, or 3 jobs is not enough. So can you, like, I don't understand why you made that whole video blaming me about why you didn't go out and hustle, because you wasn't in a shelter or in somewheres. You wasn't in a hotel, motel, being put up under an assumed name, mind you, at one point. Like, you're living somewhere. And if you're paying rent and you have a roof over your head.
By the way, if I'm getting something wrong in this in the context, I will fully accept being corrected. Like, I understand. I don't know all of the things that happened.
There's no reason why you can take time and set it aside to worry about how to get money to bury your dad instead of blaming me for that. Because that's weird. I don't know why people are thinking they can come out of the woodworks and be like, well, I couldn't bury my dad, but I can't bury my brother. And I can't even focus on that because I just have to let the GoFundMe take its course and process. I have the money to bury him, which I'm relieved. I don't have to have that stress of having to hustle on top of trying to get me and my mom a place, and it's none of anyone's business what I'm doing. It's not your business. It's not anyone's business online. I'm not basically telling you much of anything, but I'm so sick and tired of people coming on here and blaming me. Girl, you got a roof over your head. If you had a roof over your head and you were paying rent, then you should have thought about how to bury your dad. You didn't have the stress of worrying about other things, okay?
How do you know
didn't
that?
have to worry about getting a
Anything could have been going on in her life, but well, I mean, whatever.
place on top of burying your dad, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm so over the social media stuff.
That's why I'm on there
People
every day, beefing with random people, blah, blah, blah.
literally just trying to find reasons to blame me for their issues. What does your dad being dead have to do with me? I lost my brother to a violent crime. And you're trying to compare your situation to mine, and I was living out of a car. I could have been pew-pewed first.
Pew pew.
Where the guy ditched his car, I was there. I have to live with the fact that I could have possibly not be here. I could have been the one laying there, which people really wanted to say and really wished it was me. That's what I have to deal with. I've had a worser life than yours, and you're trying to compare mine to yours. And my life is not as worse as someone that is dying from a terminal illness, and I will never compare myself to them. Saying how is Ruth Al Taylor, knowing she's dead, talking about my dead relatives, saying to my mom that her mother is looking up at her from hell, saying help me, but yet we're not supposed to talk about people's dead relatives, but they started first. And mind you, there's screenshotted proof. I've got DMs probably from years back that are in my requested DMs of people literally talking about my dead relatives. It's okay for them to say that they're gonna dig my sister up and feed her to a dog first, but when I respond back with the same energy they gave me, that's a problem. Even though I have screen recorded proof from my live streams, they started talking about my dead relatives first. You can't play these games and expect people. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. If you don't want people to talk about your relatives, don't talk about other people's relatives. My brother being murdered had nothing to do with me talking about dead people's relatives, because then that's going to happen to you, right? We don't need to be doing the oppression Olympics of who is more who is more oppressed, who is going through way worse similar situations, because I'm pretty sure your life is nothing compared to mine. Unless people have sent you rope, bleach, and razors through a literal DoorDash order telling.
So is no one allowed to criticize Tophia because she simply had a difficult life?
You
Is that what
to
she's
use
saying?
a rope, then I don't want to hear it. You haven't had cops called on you constantly, have the cops harass you because they're discriminating against you because of your social media presence, and it also might affect my living situation because my social media presence is being used as my living situation. That's wonderful, you know. All because people can't say, well, hey, these people are wrong, they're harassing you, we need to figure out how to stop this. No, I'm not even getting the proper help that I need because of the harassment. That's great.
What is the proper help that she needs, and how is the troll community stopping her from getting that? If there was actual help that she needed, I don't understand why a bunch of people on the internet messing with her would stop that from happening. Is it the fact that trolls are calling in and interfering with, maybe, I don't know, like maybe they're saying, hey, don't trust this Tophia girl, she uses money in sketchy ways. Like, I don't know, but I don't think she's telling the full truth.
And I'm not blaming people, it's just that it feels like not like the police discrimination thing. But, you know, I'm so sick and tired. Someone needs to do something with these people because it's against the law to constantly harass
That
people.
reminds me of Cyrex.
Right? If this was
someone needs to do something about these trolls. Someone needs to do something.
like, I don't know why people get away with so much stuff. There's so much stalkers, there's so much weirdos out there that continuously keep committing crimes because they're going to keep getting away with it. No matter what happens, you guys will never stop harassing me unless the police gets involved and unless things start happening. You start losing your jobs, the police get involved. I have to sue you with a lawyer because, like, this isn't okay. Someone needs to tell y'all to stop. It's getting weird. Like, I'm not even really active on social media except because I'm trying to grieve and be happy, but you want me to be miserable and depressed. Imagine you're a family that's a victim of gun violence and you're actively watching Trump try to erase and take the photos down of victims of gun violence. What does that got to do with the way the world is so messed up? and why there's so much violent crimes. And people think they could get away with stuff because Trump's a felon. He's running as president. He got away with it, so we can get away with it too. I'm so tired of people not looking at the bigger issues. I'm seeing all these homeless people where I live not being able to afford a place to live in, and 2 bedrooms being so expensive.
Sophia, I say this again and again. You wouldn't give a crap about the homeless population if you weren't in the same situation yourself.
But yet, a box of cereal is $9, eggs and milk is so high, but you're so concerned about someone who is scamming, that is not active on social media, who clearly keeps constantly telling you they don't have access to a GoFundMe. But yeah, here we are. Crazy, right? Crazy. And this weird behavior of defending Jeffree Star, saying Jeffree Star called them out. No, Jeffree Star is a racist. Just as much as James Charles needs to be canceled, so does Jeffree Star. We need to stop giving these people praises when Jeffree Star hasn't done nothing but attacked black people, been hella racist. Not only that, he was internally homophobic.
She always does this randomly. She just brings up other influences. It just feels so out of left field.
So let's not forget what he's.
Is she bringing this up because there's other people who have done bad stuff? Hey, don't look at me. Why are people looking at me doing this? What about that guy who did that? It's a red herring.
Said on that podcast about they and them, and about pronouns were made up during COVID, because pronouns were not made up during COVID.
What is going on right now?
To get an education, because if you went to school, you would know that you learned pronouns in school. So obviously, he clearly proved he didn't go to school. He didn't get an education, because why are you saying these pronouns are made up during COVID? About your own people. You're one of those people. You're part of the community. Like, I will never understand it. When someone tells you that you're in the wrong, you're not doing things right, that you need to stop, why do you go to the attacking someone or harassing someone or saying, well, you defend, well, then you support people who abuse. No, you support people who abuse dogs. You support people who are predators. You're placing blame on everything.
I don't know if an actual, like, me having this VTuber avatar is a disservice or not, because if you looked at my facial expressions trying to decipher the things that she's saying, I feel like it would make me look really stupid and it would be funny, because I am just super confused a lot of the time. She just starts talking about random stuff, like I was following and then now I'm not.
Thing that you've been doing. You never held any other person that has talked crap, that actually has proof, that has talked crap about me. You have never went to their page and held them accountable for being a predator. There's no reason why James Charles should be on this app with 40 million followers, considering that he's a predator. Now that all this stuff came out about Katie Malik, all of a sudden you want to cancel him? Why didn't you cancel him when he was a predator? That's weird. You should have already canceled him. He'd been blocked. You are making excuses for why it's okay for people to be horrible. And then when someone tells you something in the comment section, you always respond to them while you're defending a predator. Why do you always want to come back and literally target someone like that who is telling you to stop, that what you're doing is wrong? And yet you're the one that's telling me I need therapy. You're not responding properly.
Am I just dumb? Someone please tell me in the comments, am I dumb? Or like, did this come out of nowhere? I felt like I was following and now I'm just lost.
And I would advise you to seek therapy. You're telling me to seek therapy, but then you're attacking any and everybody and making threats to people. Imagine threatening someone to dox them, or threatening someone very badly because they're telling you you're wrong, and to leave someone alone who lost their brother to a violent crime, while Trump is actively out here erasing people that were, whose photos are up due to gun violence, and my brother was a victim of gun violence. That's very sad.
It is sad. Rest in peace, Donald.
Like, it's so problematic for him to sit here and kind of like mock the pronouns and say that they're made up, and on top of that, fetishizing black men and bragging about how he gets with black basketball players and DL men. and all the DM, and he wish he could spill the secrets that he's been with. No, you want to break your NDA contract to be able to out these people is so weird. You got a weird fetish over black men.
The
only reason why you have a yak ranch is so that you don't have to pay taxes, because having a farm, which someone said that's not true, but I think it's true. If you have a farm or something like that, you don't have to pay taxes to evade tax evasion. On top of that, it's giving
evade
weird.
Tax evasion.
It's not giving what Jeffree Star thinks it's supposed to give. And I'm glad I never bought a single product from him. So glad.
She's such a saint, guys. She never bought a Jeffree Star makeup product. Okay, well, this is 10 minutes. Let's just go ahead and do this. This was uploaded on May 11th, today.
You know what's really weird is using a Smoxy's audio to support Kayla Melick. Like,
okay, we're still talking about this. I'm sorry if I don't have a lot to say about this stuff, because I have no idea what she's talking about. Also, the lip smacks are wonderful.
Did you not see what Kanye West has been doing?
Oh, I know about that.
Especially with the shirt with a certain symbol on it, and literally praising a certain person that unalived Jewish people. Like, can we not support someone without using somebody's problematic audio? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Because that's really weird why you're using that audio in support of Kayla, but also it's really weird. I don't know. It's just weird to me. You don't have to use that audio to support Kayla. Like, yeah. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Like, the only videos I see of Kayla are of other people, because I blocked Kayla. And it's my own personal reason. This was before all the stuff happened with Kayla and her boyfriend and James Charles and all that, because she was constantly on my For You page saying something happened to her. She snuck out of her house and almost got caught by her dad. She was late to school. There was all of these things that kind of reminded me of Tana Moja faking story times to get views. And I was like, this girl does not have something happening to her all the time. She was in a car one time, I believe, and one lady walked up to her and tried to cause problems. I'm like, there isn't always something happening to you every time. Like, you cannot make me believe that these story times you're telling are true.
I think
it was just something about it that...
Yo, if Tophia was a commentary channel for YouTube and internet drama, I feel like she'd be kind of entertaining. The way that she talks about these influencers is low-key funny.
It didn't seem right. It seemed off. Like a Tana Moja faking, story times. Mind you, I do believe people can have negative things happen to them all the time, because like me, people are always causing me to have stuff happen to me all the time, and it's just crazy. But for her, it was getting annoying, and I blocked her a long time ago, which I'm pretty sure people are gonna be like, why did you have to say that? No one cares that you blocked Katie. Like, but you are using...
Why did you have to say that? No one cares that you blocked... It sounds just like me, Toph.
Using a problematic person's audio back to what the whole thing was about to support her, and that's weird. Also saying that Jeffree Star was right and Tati Westbrook. First of all, they're all problematic. And I don't know enough about Tati Westbrook. Her being whiny and crying over another brand that James Charles supported. So what? Who cares? Move on. Like, you have a whole brand and focus on that instead of, I know it was her friend and she was having issues.
Tophia, this could be your new career and this could be your job. Get a VTuber like me, become anonymous, and talk about YouTube drama. I don't really know if that would be a good idea, but it'd be kind of funny. And I wonder how easily people would find out it's her.
I know it was her friend, and like that really hurt her, but it gives whiny, it gives like me, but you have a brand that other people don't, so what are you gonna do with that? And then your brand ended up going down, and a lot of stuff happened with your brand. There was lawsuits and all of that. And then let's get into Jeffree Star being racist. Y'all excuse certain people. Y'all forgot that literally Trisha Paytas was also racist. But yet she had kids, and supposedly because she seems like a good person and she's changed, that we're just supposed to forgive her for that. I don't know if she's actively doing the work to unlearn the stuff that she was doing, because yeah, she did lie about a lot of stuff, and she didn't apologize about lying on Mr. Riney, the one guy that she lied on, that she said used to be her teacher and did stuff to her, but it wasn't true, and he was a veteran. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I don't think personally she's went back and apologized for. Like, the family asked her to literally rectify the situation, and she didn't. And the fact that we just bypass this because, oh, she's on SNL, oh, she's doing better than Jason Nash, and we praise that, but did she ever apologize to that family for lying on their father, who is a veteran, mind you? Imagine calling someone a predator and they're not. Well, I can't imagine, because I know just exactly what that's like. But it's just so crazy how we just forgive people instantly because, oh, she's a mother with kids and look at how good. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how good your life is going or the trajectory of like your career, you still should own up to the things you never apologized for. And we just bypass these people because we don't like certain people. That's weird. And this is what I wanted to talk about, because in my comment section this very thing is happening where I called out someone because they made an essay joke, and they were like, didn't you make an essay joke? And I was like, no, I didn't make an essay joke. And the thing is like, why are you coming at me but not holding that person accountable? If you really cared about people making essay jokes, then you would hold that person accountable who is doing that right now as we speak. It bothers me that certain people are allowed to get away with stuff. And it was like this one person said, he made a video about it. Y'all really don't like black people, and it's true.
I don't think that Tophia is angry that other people get away with stuff. I feel like she's angry because she doesn't get away with it.
Race, every other person, including white people, could say slurs, could say the N-word, well, the N-word in specifics. But when we say something like, I accidentally slipped and said something, all of a sudden I'm constantly reminded of that. But yet, if an Asian person says the N-word, you wouldn't hold them accountable now, would you? Nope, you wouldn't. Let's be for real. How many K-pop idols have been racist and got away with it?
Oh, I don't know about this stuff.
Because you guys don't hold them accountable. The cultural appropriation. When things happen to black people, people say the N-word, oh, it's like that white lady made $1 million even though she's not gonna see it or receive it. It just bothers
Tophia, you love K-pop. How could you do this?
me that certain people are allowed.
How much you want to bet that she's criticizing these K-pop idols, but she's still supporting and listening and fantasizing about them?
To do things. It's not certain people, it's every other person except for black people. And he is 100% correct. Every other person could say the N-word, could walk around and have no repercussions, no consequences, but God forbid a black person says a derogatory term about another race, all of a sudden you're jumping down black people's throats.
I'm pretty sure that people saying the N-word has ruined careers, and people always make a huge deal about it.
Constantly attacking them, constantly harassing them, and he is 100% correct. Y'all that are not black do not like black people, and I'm sorry.
Bruh.
And if you said, I'm not y'all, then I'm not talking to you, but then the shoe must fit because you answered. You responded. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. And when I mean y'all, I mean white people, indigenous people, Hispanic people, people that are not black. The non-black people, when I say y'all, y'all are the ones that don't, because it's more than one group in a category, do not like black people in general. I'm Hispanic and black, but...
Tophia! It's not that I don't like black people. I just don't like you.
A lot of Hispanic people or people that are Mexican descent or whatever think it's okay to use the N-word. You ain't gonna try to finesse people or try to lie to people, say, no, that ain't true. I'm Hispanic and I've seen it too. I literally have seen non-black people that are homeless in the streets using the N-word to other people. But am I gonna say something? No, because I'm not gonna get attacked. That person looked like they probably would have punched me. You know, and this is the world we live in where it's normalized. Like the N word is normalized, but with any other word, no, you can't say that. It's not allowed. Like, not.
I feel like the N-word is one of the slurs that people hate the most. Like, yes, it's memed a lot, but I think it's because it's a forbidden word. You say it, and you get a huge reaction like, oh, you can't say that. And that's because it's a big deal to say it, and that people shouldn't be saying it. I don't agree with Tophia here.
Saying it is. Like, I'm not saying it's allowed to use derogatory terms to any other race, but when it comes to the N-word, you don't care, and that is a derogatory term. So why should you be walking around telling people that they can't say a derogatory term towards you, but then turn around and use the N-word, which is a derogatory term towards black people, and it doesn't make sense. Like, no derogatory words should be used, but when other people use the N-word that are not black, they get away with it. I couldn't even do a trend to a Doja Cat song, even though I'm black, because of the simple fact that other people still have their videos up using the N-word, and they're not black. This doesn't make sense. This is not okay. I don't get it. I don't understand it, and I agree because I get targeted a lot. Oh, but if I wasn't black, I wouldn't be targeted.
It's not about
And I'm so
race.
sick of the stop making it about race when other races can complain and you don't tell them anything. It's always black people that get told stop making it about race. But what about Asian people when something happens to them? Are you going to tell them stop making it about race? It's always the black people that get targeted and attacked for no reason. When we tell people to stop using the N-word,
She's got Asian people on the mind, bro. She brought up Asian people twice and also K-pop stars.
no. But if a black person was to use the C word towards an Asian person, which I'm not saying it's okay, y'all wouldn't say anything. I mean, y'all would say something. Y'all would attack the black person. Y'all would. But if an Asian person said the N-word towards a black person, y'all would ignore it. Y'all would be like, oh my God,
Flat out disagree with that.
you know, they didn't know, they didn't mean. There's always these stupid excuses, and I'm so sick and tired of it. Enough is enough. Like, enough is enough. When are people gonna quit? When are people gonna stop and leave people alone? You know, it won't happen.
So there you have it. Tophiachu has been beefing with people on Instagram. She's been consuming YouTube drama, it seems like, and she's making everything about race. Yeah, so that's what she's been up to. Well, I hope you found this interesting, and thank you for watching. Also, I'd like to thank you real quick just for the warm welcome to the community. I hope I can make engaging content for you guys. Have a good day. Or night. Like Tophia said.